You are very tunnel visioned. Like, you're prone to getting focused on the one thing that's happening, you know. Oh, this person I'm shooting. I need to kill them. I need to kill them. Or like the person you're beaming. Oh, I need to beam this person right now. Hey guys, it's Kai. Today we're going to be going over this Silverfall Mercy game. How do you carry on Mercy? Well, Mercy is kind of a hard character to carry on just by the nature of her kit. But you can still carry on Mercy if you play fundamentally well. So the way you carry on Mercy, like, the largest way is by damage boost. You damage boost your teammates who are actively doing damage. The more you can help your team do damage, the more likely it is you're going to win. You heal people when they need healing. This doesn't mean you just heal all the time. You know, your teammate doesn't even have to be full health to actually be back in the fight. And an easy way to see if you did like a good amount of healing is if someone dies because you didn't heal them. Like, if someone dies because you didn't heal them, then that's a sign to go, oh, crap, I need to heal a bit more. But if someone dies through your healing, then it's like, well, that's not really my fault. I was healing, and they still died. We're going to use Guardian Angel to get away from danger. This also allows you to kind of position yourself in front of the enemies to make them look at you and distract, and then you could just GA away because it's pretty safe, although it's kind of a more advanced thing. We are gonna use res around cover. Always, 100% of the time, and we're not going to do the risky kind of stupid reses because you're very vulnerable during res, and we're going to use Valk when the fight actually starts, when your team engages with their team. Sometimes you can pull out your pistol, for example, like when you're forced into 1v1, you're not, like, don't turn your head and just run away with your stuff out. Turn around, pull out your pistol, shoot back, right? Because if you don't have your pistol out, then there's a 100% chance that you're not going to kill them. But if you pull out your pistol, you know, there's a 50% chance you're going to kill them. Or, you know, you can shoot before the fight to do some damage, or like shoot someone who your teammates are just not shooting because they're just bums who are shit at the game. So we're going to go over this game, and the main thing I want to see is you damage boosting your teammates.
You've been doing a lot.
Little nitpick on 1CP maps, or maps that are like mirrored, I just always go Lucio at the start of the match, speed my team out, and then swap back to the hero that I'm playing. Like, especially on Mercy and Kiriko, where they have that like mobility to follow their team after they speed. But it's nitpicky, but it's just something to think about. So like I said, we want to damage boost the people who are doing damage. Right now, yes, the D.Va's doing damage, but is she going to do a lot of damage at this range? No. Your Kiriko is shooting though, and she can, and she has no damage fall off, so she's always going to do, you know, the 60 damage plus damage boost. So I would damage boost the Kiriko right now. So right now your Bastion's shooting, your Reaper's shooting, and you weren't paying attention. You weren't really paying attention to who on your team was actually shooting. You always want to have a general overview of who is doing what, because then that's going to let you know who is actually doing damage and who you need to damage with. Okay, so your Reaper's in. Honestly, rather than healing him here, nah, this is fun. Also, I don't like this GA because you're GAing into two people instead of GAing away from danger, because now you had like 2 seconds where you were pretty vulnerable, and if this was a higher rank you probably would have died. Okay, I like this, we're helping. You definitely could have damage boosted here. Kiriko didn't really need healing, she was like 160 health, like you can definitely damage boost here. Like I said earlier, people don't need to be full health to fight. Like if you damage boosted here, the Storm could have died way quicker. But it's fine. Like, you're doing okay. See, I like this. Like, we're pulling out the pistol. Boom, boom. I like that. I like that. Like here, why did you run away? Your Bastion's in turret form, so you can assume that he's probably trying to shoot someone. So I would follow him and damage boost him. Why do we run away? Like, I know we can see through walls, like right now, but in game, if you saw your Bastion turret forming, you would assume, oh, he's shooting someone. Let me go damage boost. But we just kind of left him to do his own thing, and now we're just AFK on the point. You did say in the Reddit post you made that sometimes the VOD would show up with you just healing, because you were like flickering between damages and healing. What I have to say about that is I just default to damage boost. Like if nothing is really happening, no one's shooting, no one's really taking damage, just default to damage boost. Because on the chance that someone does just shoot something while you're damage boosting, then you've done your job, you're boosting the damage. And then if they need healing, then you can swap to healing. It's better to be defaulted to damage boost when nothing's happening than healing, because at least damage boost, it gives you the chance to, you know, get that value. Okay, I like this. See, here is what I mean by, like, you can like distract the enemies, right? The Sojourn kind of looked at you for a bit instead of your teammates, and if your teammates were just a little better, then they could have used that distraction to shoot back at her for free, because she's looking at you instead of your teammates here. Like, let's see, we go to her POV. Right, she is looking. Okay, she wasn't really looking at you, but like, let's just imagine she was, right? Then your team could shoot her for free, but you know she wasn't, so it doesn't really matter. But again, our Bastion is turret forming. Damage boost. Damage boost. This is big ability, right? He's turret forming. We do not need to heal the D.Va who has like 500 HP. We need to damage boost. Another thing about Mercy is like recognizing your like teammates' key cooldowns, right? So you know your Bastion has turret form, your D.Va has micro missiles. You want to damage boost these abilities, right? Let's say you had a Sojourn on your team. You would want to damage boost the Sojourn when she has that charge built up in anticipation of her shooting. Or let's say you had the Torb, you know, you want to damage boost his overload because he's going to have a high fire rate and now more damage. Hazard, you want to damage boost when he's leaping because he's going to do a slash. You want to recognize when your teammates are using key cooldowns, because this is where the damage value really comes in. Like right now, your Bastion is turret forming. We realistically should be damage boosting this. This is actually a throw that we're not damage boosting there. Is he potentially might not have killed that Torb. But he definitely would have killed that Torb if he had the damage boost there. But it's whatever. I would prefer if you had followed the D.Va here. Like, I do think that you tried to, right? So I'm not too upset that you did try and follow D.Va. Yeah. Okay. Two things again. So, we see our Bastion start forming. Even if we don't really think there's enemies there, it's better to damage boost him than to keep trying to help this guy who actually isn't reachable. Because he's standing in this corner. Like, yeah, he's not actually shooting anyone right now. No, he is. Like, he's shooting people. Like, you could have damage boosted this. And this could have led to 1, maybe 2 kills. But instead, we pop Val. I'm not really sure why, because there wasn't really a fight.
Heroes never die.
Okay, I get it. You pop Val so you could help the D.Va. But you didn't need to do that, because she has the mobilities to get away. And there wasn't really a fight. And now you've kind of wasted your Valk a little bit. You need to have Bastion there. You got tunnel visioned, shooting, and you didn't realize your Bastion was in danger. Over here. You needed to have your Bastion. But I get it, you know, you're focusing shooting, it happens. Your Reaper's AFK. I'm not gonna get mad at you for not hitting that Reaper because the guy was actually AFK. But you definitely could have helped out the Kiriko here. You got so focused on shooting, which isn't a bad thing, but you're playing support. You need to at least try and help your teammates live, or else they're just gonna die for free and then you lose the fight. So here we shoot because it's gonna die. Yeah, but it's whatever, it happens.
Attack the objective.
All right, we go back. Oh, in terms of perks, I haven't used this overhealth perk at all, so I don't know, but I think I would prefer the range perk because it just lets me play further away and then I can GA from like further away. It just gives me more room to play. Whoa. Why are we GAing here? We're kind of GAing for no reason. The reason why this is bad is because one, now your GA is on cooldown. So if someone pushes you, you can't get out right now. Two, let's look at this from their POV. You are just flying in the air. Anyone could shoot you. Like if their Hanzo was down here, you're a free shot. And like even here, you're a free shot. Like you're just in the air. You don't need to GA if you're not in danger. I do like that with damage boosting D.Va, but I would kind of prefer you damage boost the Bastion. But I guess in this scenario it doesn't really matter because both of them are shooting. But it's just your Bastion's a bit more lethal into Archlon. Again, we don't GA in. Don't GA into the enemy. We use GA to get away from the enemy. Again, your Bastion kind of died because you got like focused on being in here. So you didn't realize your Bastion was actually taking that. Boom, dead. And you're just shooting the shot. Which again, like, I don't mind, but you gotta try and keep your team up. Or else you're just gonna die. So far, I'm seeing you're very focused on, like, trying to find opportunities to shoot, which is fine. But obviously, you're not gonna get a lot of those. Like, truthfully, you're really not gonna have a lot of opportunities to actually shoot without, like, throwing. Try and hit healing D.Va. But like right now, like I would prefer you heal, like I would prefer you damage his Bastion. Like heal D.Va up to like this point. Then I would want you to go to the Bastion because he is shooting a lot of people right now. He has 4 people in his FOV. If you damage boost, carnage, absolute carnage. So I would go to his Bastion, heal him up a little bit enough so he doesn't die, and then just damage boost. Like, what are we healing for? D.Va does not need healing. Right? Like, you can see how much health she's got. She doesn't really need healing. Start healing when she gets, like, half health, critical. And then she needs healing. But right now, you can just damage boost. Try and force out the hazard from her. And then it's fine. Your Bastion was kind of in there. Bad positioning on his part. Okay. So the reason why I don't like this res, and I knew you were gonna go for this res, is because the Hanzo was right there. You saw the Hanzo go under here. You knew, because if you didn't know, that is seriously concerning. But it's okay. The Hanzo was there. You saw him, and then you res in front of him, and if he was a better player, he just headshots you and you die. That's just the truth. And we're kind of in open space. I don't have a GA here. Obviously, we kind of have to because it's last fight. Shooting here? Yeah, I like it. But look, if you do want to shoot in Valk, I would prefer you go to an off angle. Because right now, like, you're on an okay angle. But if you could, like, fly, like, over here behind them, it really forces the enemies into a crap spot where they have to choose between shooting you or D.Va. And instead of you just being slightly in front of them in the air. Okay, we need to heal though. Don't forget to heal. Okay, again, this. Whoa, whoa. That was crazy. If you really had to res this, I'd prefer if you GA'd and then jumped to here and res, because then at least you're kind of a little bit behind cover, and plus you got the D.Va in front of you. Here, you're just in open space. This is a bad res because you're in open space, and you're probably gonna die for it. Yeah. So you would have died either way going for that res, I think, but it would have been better had you gone behind this wall instead of just doing it in open space. So that round was not the greatest. You kind of let people die sometimes because you were too focused on blastering people, and your reses haven't been the greatest. because they've just kind of been in open space. It's been too dangerous. There's been people watching it. Realistically, you only want to go for a res if you know there's no one immediately around. If there is people around, like actually able to see you, it's a pretty good sign of like, yeah, I don't want to go for that res. Not right now. So I like this with damage boost and D.Va. This is fun. But I would rather you damage boost Sebastian. I see you're very focused on the tank, unless like you're actively prompted to focus on your DPS. Mercy is a very dynamic character where like you want to be kind of everywhere, damage boosting, healing everyone who needs it at certain times. You don't ever want to be focused on just one guy, unless you notice there is just one guy who is just dominating the lobby. Then you can focus them. But normally you just want to try and go around to all of your team, damage all of your team, stuff like that. Here I go for a little bit. So you took the flash shield perk, that's fine. I think both the major perks are good. You can just choose whichever one you want. I don't mind the shield outside. I do like this. Like we're kind of just like in the middle. Like I like how we're distracting, but I don't like how we're leaving ourselves in the middle. You know, I like the fact that we are being distracting, but if it leaves us in a vulnerable position, then we got to get out. But I like that. That was actually a good play. You distracted the Moira because you were like over here, then you used GA to get out. That was a good play. But try not to be in the open too much. You always want to be close to a wall or in LOS other teammates you can GA away. That's fun. So yeah, flash shield you just want to use when they're like under half, because then they get the 150 healing instead of the 50. Okay, right now honestly your Caesar's death guy. So we're just gonna dash into D.Va. Let me heal Bastion because he needs it, but you don't need to heal him anymore, right? I'm gonna tell you when you need to stop healing him. So heal. As soon as he gets Suzu'd, I would stop the damage boost because he's basically full health. Right now he's Suzu'd, so he can't even be shot at. And he's in turret form. I would just damage boost. I mean, shooting here is whatever. I don't mind it. Like if it's between damage boosting and shooting, it's like, you know, you can kind of just choose. Most of the time though, just damage boost your teammate, because they're probably going to be able to do more damage than you. Like you see your Reaper walking forward, you know, try and damage boost him, because maybe he might be able to kill someone. Like that soldier.
My senses are sharpened.
You don't really want to be AFK on the point. You want to do damage before the fight. So to stop them from walking up for free here and having this like mini high ground, you know, you could stand here with D.Va or whoever's standing here, and then shoot and damage boost to make it difficult for them to push this truck, so that they can't walk in for free. Like this. I like this. So they're all going left side. I don't see this rotation a lot. Like you're just flying in, you need to follow that. And instead we're kind of just lost, we're flying away. Shooting on D.Va, I get it. Here I would vouch. Okay, well it's too late. But I would have vouched. Like at some point between like right now and when you got hazard ulted, I would have out. Like at some point between then and then, I would have out. Because look, you have 3 teammates there. They're very clearly engaged with the enemy team. Valk, try and turn the fight, but everyone gets ulted and then we just lose. If you're Valking now, the fight's over, so you've just wasted up. Just to live. And now next fight we're not gonna have an ult. And Andrew's probably gonna stagger. No, still players aren't very good at hitting shots. Okay, but we still wasted Valk there. But you did make them beat, so I guess it wasn't a full waste. But don't think you made a good play, like, just because they beard. They made a bad play. You didn't make a good play. That's the difference. The reason why we're dead is because we just GA'd in. We just walked it in. We just said, yep, I want to help my tank, so I'm going to walk into the enemies. No. If you see a tank or anyone looking at you, that is my sign to go, F no, baby. I'm out. See ya. I'm going to GA up to the Reaper. I'm going to GA away to the, to the Bastion. My first instinct is not to just walk forward, you know? Which is why you died. Because you walked in instead of walking away when they looked at you. Because you so desperately wanted to help your D.Va, who is very out of position. Okay, let's see what happens there. Right now, I would damage this Reaper. And you can already guess why. He's ulting. Forget about the D.Va, who is kind of low. She needs to back up. If she dies right now, that's her problem. Right now, you need to damage boost this Reaper. And I understand you might have tried to, but the targeting might have been messed up. But I just want you to know that that was the correct play to go for the Reaper instead of the Reaper. It's fine now. Now we just damage boost whoever. We go in, boom, cool. Nice. Good stuff. Again, we don't really want to sit like AFK on point, letting them take all this space. We want to ideally be at least up here, shooting them a little bit, you know, through here, on this side, and then when they get too close, we're going to GA away. Because there's no risk, really. There's no risk in doing it. I like you're kind of doing it. But it's just not in the greatest spot. Okay, we're healing D.Va. She doesn't need healing now. She is full HP. This D.Va is full HP. Like, let's go to damage boost. Okay, Mercy's taking a 1v1. I don't mind taking this. But I think once you got low, you should have tried to look around and see, oh, where can I go? That's a really important That's a really important thing on Mercy as well. Being aware of where your escape options are. Well, what are your escape options? Your escape options are your teammates. Because you're going to GA to your teammates. If you're a bit more aware of your surroundings, you would have known, oh, okay, this Mercy's kind of getting me kind of low. Let me GA out to the Reaper here, to the Bastion. But instead you got so, like, focused on this 1v1 that you didn't get out.
Heroes never die.
We back out from spawn. It's not horrible because you kind of need to actually get back to the point. Because there's somehow you win this. I don't mind the raise. You kind of have to go for it in this overtime. So I'm not gonna critique it because you kind of have to go for it. Okay, they're just in the overtime. Wow, they just. Okay. I don't really know what to say there. That was such an interesting fight. You know, that was so interesting. I'm gonna assume you were damage boosting because I can hear the hit markers. So good stuff. They're like when your teammates are using ults, like key cooldowns, just try and damage boost because that's free value for you. All right, let's go. Let's see. This map's actually really good for Mercy because my ability like really favors this map. Flash shield was pointless because she wasn't under half. The flash shield perk, I don't know if you like know exactly what it does, but what it does is it heals an ally for 50 health when you press your reload button. But that number is tripled when they're critical. So using it right now is quite literally incredibly pointless because, oh, wow, plus 50. Wow, that's so helpful. No. Again, without GAing into the danger, it's very risky, and you're really lucky to not die. I like this. See, I would say, oh yeah, you're so focused on your tank, but it's like your tank's really, realistically the only one who's doing anything. So good on you. So good on you for recognizing that your tank is actually the only one doing anything. Okay, so this must be a silver thing because you are just sat on the point. So let me explain something. On this map, the enemies are gonna come through either this choke, or this top part. After you win a fight as a team and you capture the point, you want to try and move up to like this hallway over here, so that you can hold this space and make it harder for them to push. Because what's going to happen is they're going to walk, they're going to see you're here, you know, maybe over here, they're going to try to go over here. They have to brute force their way through these chokes, which lets you back up, give space, and then you get to take another fight on kind of your terms. Which is way better than being on point, where it's the low ground, open space, stuff like that. But that's stuff you'll kind of learn as you rank up and see how people are playing and positioning. So this is good, your D.Va's going in, and we damage boost. I like this. What I don't like is we're kind of in there, boom, and we get out. Nah. But again, you're too tunnel visioned. This is a problem I've noticed. You get too tunnel visioned. You don't look around very often to see where your teammates are, where the enemies are. You're just very focused on the one thing you're doing, whether that's beaming or shooting someone. You're very focused. On Mercy, you don't have a lot of mechanical demand, so that gives you the freedom to be more kind of spatially aware, to just know what's going on. You can look around constantly. You don't really have to worry about aiming or anything. You can spend more time looking around instead of being focused on your beam target. So here, like this is such a easy, simple example. Bashes start forming. This should be automatic. Oh, I need to damage boost. And like you might be, I don't know if the replay's bugged, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That's an automatic damage boost. That Soj is probably dead if you damage boost. We GA'd into the enemies. Like this is so incredibly risky. Like the Soj won't even hit you, right? Look at how many are looking at you right now, by the way. Like I think all of them are looking at you. Freya kind of looking at you. Soj is looking at you. Mercy's on the Hazard. Amora's shooting the Kiriko. Hazard's looking at you. You have 3 looking at you right now. And you just GA'd closer to them instead of away. I'd be very surprised if you didn't die. I don't mind the vote. It's fine. Just make sure you're not letting people die, and it's fine. I don't mind shooting. Like here, I genuinely don't mind the fact that like you're just shooting. Like it's literally fine. The fight started, so you used Valk, and then you got in and shot because you just wanted to, and that's fine. Like I don't mind that. It's not horrible. Shooting, it's fine. Okay, alright, we're gonna follow D.Va, we're gonna damage boost. But make sure we can get out. We never want to die to help a teammate. Our life is always more important than their life. Always remember that. Your life is more important than their life. Because you are the carry. Cool, I like this. And I feel like we're just too focused on the tank, but then it's also like we kind of have to be because this tank is the only one actually getting in there. So just as long as you stay alive, like you're not doing horribly. Yeah, bad flash shield because she wasn't critical. I don't mind this. So I actually don't mind that, but when you heard the Soj ult, you should have been aware that she was looking at you, then you should have immediately tried to get out of it. Like you definitely overstayed your welcome. I don't mind you shooting. Like this whole sequence of you shooting Ana was fine, but you should have gotten out way earlier. But then again, you couldn't really get out. So maybe that says something about your positioning. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't have been in there for too long. You should have tried to GA out. Or maybe you just shouldn't have even been there in the first place, but because they were so far back, you couldn't really do anything. Okay, so decent game, but I noticed. Oh no, you won. Okay, so like decent game, right? But I've noticed you are very tunnel visioned. Like you're prone to getting focused on the one thing that's happening. You know, oh, this person I'm shooting, I need to kill them, I need to kill them. Or like the person you're beaming, oh, I need to beam this person right now. You need to kind of try and broaden your awareness of what's going on. You need to make sure your reses are better by trying to res around cover, not in open space, and trying to make sure that there isn't someone actively looking at you when you res. And thirdly, try not to GA into the enemy too much. You want to GA away from the enemy, really, realistically. Sometimes, you know, there are going to be situations where you can GA in to finish off a kill, or to go for that last second res, you know, stuff like that. But just in general, those three things, and I think you'll start to improve as a mercy. Thank you guys for watching this video. Catch you guys later. Peace.